Hi Sunshines, welcome back to our channel MADCURLS. I'm TaylorAnne.
And I'm LoriAnne.
And in today's video, we are going to be talking about our highlights, our hair color journey, where we go, who does them, how often, how we maintain, why we choose maybe to go get it done by a professional as opposed to doing it ourselves. All that good stuff, all the things you've wanted to know about our hair color, because we get asked so often about our hair color. Yeah. And even when we're out, people are like, you have the same hair color.
I know. And how that worked out, we don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe because we're mother and daughter.
Maybe. Or maybe because you copied me.
Wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay, first things first, we'll just tell you what we styled our hair with today, because that might be asked. So
no, that was asked and that was suggested, and I love our followers because they really give us good ideas. And so definitely the last good idea was that leave-in by Shea Moisture, and then the other good idea that we just got recently is to please tell us what you use in your hair when you're doing videos. Not necessarily like today where we're just sitting here, but we're gonna just take it up a notch. But what we do, or what we did before we start our one and done, or before we start anything else, what did you wash and condition your hair with? Because I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It does. Okay.
All right. So, as far as stylers go today, I used Cream of Nature. I used the Cream of Nature Argan Oil from Morocco, Curl Activator Cream, and their Flexible Styling Snob. This is actually day 3 for me. So this is a day 3 wash and go with these two.
Okay. And I'm in the process of testing for you guys the ORS Monoi Oil Anti-Breakage Leave-In Conditioning Cream. It, to me, is like almost like, I used it today as a one and done. It smells great, and I just washed my hair with Curl Junkie's Daily Fix, and I conditioned it with the L'Oreal Vibrancy, what is that, Color Vibrancy conditioner, just kind of like put it in, rinsed it out, and then I went right in with this, and this was the only thing I used today. So let it air dry, kind of, sort of, and just before I came on camera, it was still a little damp, so I just kind of diffused the rest of it. And so,
that's what we used.
So this is what I'm going to be testing out. This is what I am testing out. I kind of like the results.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Fantastico. Okay, so let's jump into it. Our hair. So where we get it done, we are from Connecticut. And where do we get it done, Ma? Go ahead.
We live in Connecticut, and there's a little town maybe about 10 minutes away from us called Shelton, Connecticut. It's a very small little suburban kind of town. And so it's called Aqua Salon in Shelton, Connecticut. And the stylist that we go to her name is Christine Fedak. I've been going to her for 15 years, starting out years ago just with haircuts. And she's been with me through haircuts, hair growth, hair loss. And then when I started getting highlights, I never got color there. But I started with the whole color idea. I did. That's right. Yeah, I started first with highlights, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, and then I went to color, and then the whole hair loss journey.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, and then big chop, and then highlights. So yeah, she's been our everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned you on to her.
You did. You did. Yeah, a couple years into my natural hair journey, I wanted to switch up my color once I finally thought it was safe to dye my hair, and she did my first color, and she's rescued my hair many a days when I think I can do better than she can. Yeah. And I come out looking crazy, and she rescues my hair every time. Yeah. So that's where we go, who we go to. So how often we get our hair done?
We go, well, it depends on what phase of life that we're in and what we're going through. When I get haircuts and my hair was relaxed, I was going maybe every 3 to 4 months. Now that my hair is natural, I will go for a haircut maybe probably every 6 months now. And for highlights, well, as we go into our journey, we'll explain why, but she really cautioned me this time around, don't get carried away, because I always have to get carried away. So she's like, I'm not going to just do like you know, I allowed you to do in the past, just whenever I felt like it, every 2 or 3 months, oh, I need some more highlights, just over the top kind of thing. And then I think that attributed kind of to the hair loss and all that. So since the big chop, I've gotten, this was back in August we went? Was it August or October, right?
October.
Yeah,
we just got it done.
That was the second time since the big chop in last November.
Yeah. All right, so let's show them the timeline.
Okay.
So we each kind of like put out our own timeline. So should I start with mine?
Yes.
So my hair was red. She dyed it red. I had it red for a couple of years, but red is really hard to maintain. At least for me, it kept fading to like a brownish orangey, almost like the color of this backdrop. It would like fade to this color from red. And so I got sick of the red, and I actually wanted to go blonde at that point, but I was told that my blonde was probably going to pull more strawberry because red is just really hard to get out. So I was like, okay, fine, I won't go blonde, I'm going to go black. And I went black, like straight up jet black. I went to some other salon, I don't know why. Some other salon.
Because you didn't want to listen and you didn't want to go through the process.
I didn't. So I went somewhere else, and the woman dyed my hair completely jet black. She asked me if I wanted dimension. I didn't know what that meant, but I guess that means like other like hues of color in your hair, just so you know your hair looks shiny and whatever. And I was like, no, I don't know what dimension is, but I don't want it. And she just dyed my hair.
Why we have to point out
jet black
experience and lessons learned, because when you choose salons, you have to choose someone that really knows what they're doing. And so Christine is what they consider a master stylist. She's had years and years and years of experience with color. When you ventured off and went to that other salon, the girl might have just come out of cosmetology school or something, and she asked you, did you want to just jet black, and did you want dimension? And she didn't explain what dimension was, and you're like, no, 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 I just want black. And she allowed you just to have that flat matte black.
It was flat.
It just looked like Elvira. It was so hard. It was really hard.
We'll be inserting pictures throughout this. Probably you've already seen pictures pop up, but pictures will be being inserted in this video. But yeah, so I went jet black. It only lasted maybe about 2 months, and I was just like, I can't do this. So I went to Christine, and I was just like, help. And so what she did was she put bleach all over my hair, and she knows what she's doing. So she put bleach all over my hair. This was in November 2014. She put bleach all over my hair, and it toned it to a dark brown. And for some reason, like highlights kind of started to come through. So it was like a light brown, but it had like some highlights in there too. And then I went back a month later in December 2014, and she actually put highlights in. And that's when my highlight journey really started to get started. And then I went back another time in April 2015, and then I didn't see her again until last month, October 2017. So that's kind of my hair journey. And so my highlights lasted that whole time. I kind of feel like I went somewhere in 2016, but I can't find it in the picture somewhere.
I just don't think we have such a chronological picture of our life, and we just don't find it. And
but my hair was just getting so light over it. It was getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Like, I didn't have to go. I only went back because my highlights were like down here, and it was just so dark in my roots. I wanted them back up here. And so that's what she did. She brought my highlights back up higher where I want them.
Yeah, as Lee says, you went as much as I was going, and I just don't see where you had the time to go. You were in school, and you were doing your own thing. I never really, because we normally go together, and that whole time when I was going, I didn't see you going.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe, I was astonished about how long you kept your highlights.
Yeah, they stayed like 2 years.
So ashy, yellow, blonde. It was incredible. So.
What's your journey?
Okay, so my journey started out as when I became natural. I just loved the way Titi and Miko, or I think it was Titi, the one that passed away. I loved her hair, that ombre kind of blonde.
Miss Jessie's.
Miss Jessie's girls, right? Okay, the natural hair care brand. Okay, so I loved Titi's blonde, kind of blonde, dark ombre looking hair, and so I took that picture in, and that's what I wanted. And so that was where I first started, and I had never ever had highlights before, so they came out so good. That wasn't good enough for me. I just wanted, I had to change up. I don't know why people don't just stick with what is good. Okay.
Right.
So then, all right, so I don't know what year that was, but anyway, I see where we start doing this chronologically. So then I went red in October of 2014.
Yeah, so I went black, you went red.
I went red, not knowing any better. At that point, I was doing the castor oil challenge, okay? Not just being happy with just red hair. I have to overdo now. So now I'm trying to grow hair, color hair. So then I did the castor oil challenge, and every night, like clockwork, from October until about February, every single night, because everyone knows I don't wash my hair. That I wash my hair every day. I do a wash and go every single day. Brand new shampoo, brand new conditioner. So that was no problem for me doing the castor oil challenge. So at night I'd pour it in, and in the day I'd rinse it out. Never saw any red in the shower area. But little by little, that red was coming out, and my hair was jet black by New Year's Eve, because we have pictures of that that should be popping up about now.
My hair, my red went this color. Yours went like jet black for some reason.
I don't know what that was about.
Your hair went really dark.
When I went in and told her about it, she was like, oils pulled the color out. So I didn't know. Highlights, I said, it will never happen with my highlights. She said, no, because highlights are lightening your hair, and it continues to get lighter. But color is darkening your hair, and when you add the castor oil, you're pulling the color out, and I definitely pulled that color out.
You pulled it out.
So once it was black, then I guess it was easier just to do highlights again and go blonde. So in June 2015, I went blonde again. And then that's when, and then I believe it says here again in 2016.
Yeah, so you might have gotten them touched up at some point a couple times in 2016.
Definitely, because my hair, I was going back and forth with these highlights because that was the point that was made this time after the big chop. I'm not doing that again. And I'm like, okay. So then I big chopped November 2016, last November, a year ago right now, this month.
Basically cut all your blonde out.
I cut all my blonde out. And then, let's see, that was the big chop November. Then when it started growing back and I was getting confident, my hair was getting healthy again, then I started that again. March 2017, I did blonde highlights, and then this brings us to October last month, 2017. We both went in, and this is the fresh new highlight job.
Yeah. So that's kind of how often we get them done. We don't get them done back to back to back. Because, I mean, it's bleach, so it's not, you know, good for your hair to get them done, you know, back to back to back. So there is months in between that we get them done. We get them touched up. The effects on our hair, I know people say doesn't, you know, bleach dry your hair out, doesn't getting your hair colored. You lose your curl pattern. So yes and no for us. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. Okay. So bleach is very harsh, but again, we stress that we go to a professional because we simply just don't have the skill set. And because we have had the history of the hair loss, we just don't test it. So we go in and we get it professionally done. And all right, so we have to admit, we wanted to do this back when we did this in October. We wanted to share where we go, who our stylist is, because she's just wonderful. But we just explained to her that we do experience that, and we do get DMs at times asking about, I went, panicked, got my hair bleached, and now I've lost my curl pattern. What do I do? And that will happen.
Yeah, it loosens your curl pattern a little bit.
I'm not saying definitively it's going to happen to everyone, because I don't like saying always or never, those definitive words, but if it happens, it happens. All right. And so what happens is, and I've even seen pictures that we've done one and dones or videos where this piece in the front is like hanging because I've just gotten my hair done. So what you have to do is just work on scrunching it back up,
training it back
to what you had,
and like deep conditioning.
It's almost like a texturizer. I kind of like it at times because my hair was getting really, really tight and I wasn't recognizing its texture. So the bleaching process kind of like loosened up a little bit. For a little while.
For a little while.
Yeah,
and
for a little while.
It's not like a texturizer or like a relaxer, but it does loosen your curl pattern. But it's temporarily. Definitely for us, maybe like a week or so. But the second we get it done, we come home, we start deep conditioning like crazy. So we don't get, you know, dry hair, have our hair, you know, we want our curl pattern back. Not that we lose it and our hair becomes bone straight, but like my mom said, like certain pieces are a little bit straighter or whatever. But
keep feeling like this
nothing we panic about.
Yeah, I keep feeling like little stray, one little strand like across my face, like almost like a bug. I keep trying to get it out, but it's just like little stray pieces that have straightened out during the process. But I don't feel that anymore because it's been a few weeks now, so it's definitely curling back up. And but what we do is we just normal shampoo like we normally do, and then just a lot of deep conditioning. Yeah.
I love co-washing because it's moisturizing, and especially when you color your hair, you have to keep your hair moisturized. I always rave about, I got onto this, the L'Oreal Color Vibrancy Hair Mask. It's great for those who color treat their hair, who highlight their hair. I use it in the shower. I put you onto it.
You did.
Every wash day. I will, I actually mix it with my Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle. Pump, pump, pump. Scoop this up, and I leave it in my hair for 3 minutes, and I feel like it keeps my highlights hydrated, keeps them bright. I've gone through so many jars of this. I love this.
Yeah, no matter what conditioner I use, no matter what brand I use, I always will just put, like you taught me that little dollop
just that
of
little dollop,
and mix it with something else. Initially, I was going crazy. I was buying shimmer lights because I think I got that from Taryn Guy. She suggested that the other, like one of the OG hair. Natural hair gurus. So she swore by shimmer lights. Shimmer lights turned my hair copper.
That's the purple shampoo. I know people do purple shampoo. We were never fans. I did it one time, and I think I overdid it because I left it in the shower, almost like the way I do like these two. I left it in, 5 minutes, 10, and my hair actually, it turned dark. I feel like it took my bright highlights and darkened them for some reason. So like I don't do purple shampoo. I don't like purple anything.
I think I
in
did
my
the
hair.
Redken one too, and then I did my own little hair hack. And when I went to the salon, I told Christine, and she said, "Yeah, no, it'll work, but temporarily." And she was right. That little hair hack, where I think you even Snapchatted it one night, where I took Mixed Chicks deep conditioning. So it was because it was white. I wanted a white conditioner, and then I went downstairs and got blue food coloring and put it in and mixed it all together, and the thing was blue, and put it all over my head. And the next day, I rinsed it out, and my hair was ashy. I wanted to take that copper, that that bleach, that blonde that turns like that copper, that red, and starts going awry when you get your highlights done. It just starts getting that coppery. Highlights are supposed to look like ashy blonde streaks, not copper, not red for us. Like that looks best with us and our complexion.
And I feel like we get that with a professional. Like she knows, like it's not in the foil with the bleach, it's in the toning, in the glaze and the stuff that she puts on afterward, where like we get the color that we want to get.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes with box dyes, or you go in and you just buy bleach and you put bleach all over your hair and then rinse it out, and it's like, you know, ooh, I'm blonde or I'm ombre. Like it's all in the toning. You got to tone that blonde. I feel like that's what we get with a professional.
I never realized when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, and I knew there was an older woman and she had this, it was called honey blonde. It was so ashy blonde, caramel, beautiful color, and I wanted it, so I went to the store and bought box color called honey blonde. But because I have warm undertones, it's almost like foundation. You have to pick your right undertone for foundation. And if I got pink, I would look a mess because my undertones are yellow. So I would have to get foundation to complement that. So I went to the store. There's like different ones there. It's like they call it warm, they call it ashy, you know, warm brown, ashy brown, and then in the middle like neutral. So I didn't know. I was getting warm brown because I felt like my hair was warm, and that turns to copper, turns to just like this right here, this color. So when you go to a professional, it's a huge process. They'll put the foil in your hair, they'll put the highlights in, they'll sit you under the dryer. Maybe the foil maybe accelerates the heat up process. She'll keep checking. It'll look very, very yellow, like the color of this lid when I come out. But then now it's the time for the glaze and the toning, and then that turns it that ashy blonde where it looks very complementary. It looks very blonde, not copper, not orange. It's blonde highlights. And that's why we pay the extra to get that done. And then they last the whole time. You know, maybe every now and then they'll fade out a little bit, but they seem like they come back quick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if you're not in cosmetology school, or like you really don't know what you're doing, like I wouldn't risk your hair, you know, doing it yourself. Like I feel like for me, it's just better to go to someone who like really knows what they're doing than try to play around and do it myself. Probably because my own experience, that's how I went natural. I bought some black box dye. I don't know what it was with me in black. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I bought some black box dye and put it in my hair, and all my hair fell out. And so like I just don't mess around with box dyes and bleach and developer and all that stuff. Like
because when I was young and in my 20s, I went jet black as well, thinking I wanted to get that copper out. I went running over to the Rite Aid. I think I even got into a car accident in the parking lot. I was so scared. Okay, and so as I was backing out, I backed into somebody else trying to rush back to the house because I got hair like red out, be gone, like the hair color took all that jet black out. Now my hair was the color of this lid. It turned it bright red. That somehow neutralizes the damage that you've done, and then any color you pick, it's supposed to pick up that color like as it goes back to you, like your original like DNA color. I don't know, but it did take out that horrible black in one fell swoop. But the damage that I caused, the damage from that black to that red out to that brand new color, all in one night. All in one night, all that hair coloring. Yeah. So it can damage.
But I feel like hair's fun, you know, it grows back if you mess up or whatever. Yeah. So it's fun to experiment, but if there's any possible way to do it safely, like we definitely encourage that. Yeah. You know, find a really good stylist that you like and that you trust, that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Someone like Christine.
I totally am not of the school of thought, like, make a god of your hair. Like, you know, if you have fun and you ruin it, so what? It just grows back. And especially once you've experienced hair damage and you've chopped it off, it's just, you see the length of time. Mine takes about 2 years to be, say, shoulder length maybe. And that's what I bargained for last November. And here I am a year later, and I never even let it get to that point because I liked it so much. You get into a different mindset once you cut your hair. So what I desired last November, I was so upset, and I just kept saying, okay, it's going to be 2 years, it's going to be 2 years, I'm going to have my curls back. But by that March, I loved my length of my hair. It was just edgy, it was cute, and I just continued to cut it throughout the year, and that's why a year later, it's not as short as the big chop, but it's what I like. Yeah, I like this length.
So is that it?
Is that
I feel like, I don't know, are we missing anything? Let us know. Is there anything we didn't cover about our hair, or anything else you want to know about our color? But that's, you know, how often we get it done, how we upkeep, where we go. If you are anywhere in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, further, I say she's worth the plane ticket. She's that good.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll link the salon, her name, what we get done, all of that in the description box. Is that it?
I think.
Is that it?
Also, our scarves.
Oh.
They might ask our scarves. I don't know. We say thing.
Are you gonna tell them? Oh.
Our scarves are from Kate Spade. And
they're yours.
Yeah, well, they're mine. Of course they're mine. Okay, so yeah, Kate Spade. That's just in case anyone's curious to know where we got
Let
them
us
at.
know if you have any hair coloring stories, success stories, horror stories. We would love to hear those because I'm sure we all. Actually, I can't say we all. Some people never dyed their hair, but you know, if you have any horror stories, whatever, I'm always interested to hear. Like, oh my gosh.
That was another opinion that we had, and it's our personal opinion. Everybody's allowed to have one. We feel that going natural is just what your natural journey is to you, how personal it is to you. Some people are just so against that. It's not natural. The moment you put some hair coloring in your hair, you're no longer natural. I don't aspire to that. I tell people what my natural is. This is my natural.
This is my natural.
This is my natural. Yeah, right here. So because I put some highlights in my hair, yes, I am definitely still natural. Yeah. And so, yeah, if somebody puts on a wig, their natural hair's underneath, or you've sewn weave for protective styles throughout the winter, you're still natural. You know, that's your natural. That's your natural. That's how you protect your hair.
Let people be the kind of natural they want to be, mine.
I think we've come away from that, right? Weren't people like more judgmental 8 or 9 years ago about what natural was? They were so harsh, and now people are letting people just please let people own their own hair.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
We said please.
All right.
No, but I think that's it.
That's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching
so much for watching us, and
we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.